Today I want to talk about the Martial LongShip. This is a rather special rocket as it's really unique on the bottom, but we'll get to that later. Let's start from the top. It's also unique up here. It comes with like a spherical nose cone, which is a pretty bold choice because the most aerodynamic shape for a rocket is like a tapered cone. But this one works as well. It just doesn't affect the aerodynamics as much. So here's the green nose cone. And then I open it up. And then I have a little bit better of a recovery system than some of my other rockets. So this is an elastic shock cord. Basically what this does is it's attached to the inside of the body tube and is connected to this nose cone. So when the ejection charge blows, this nose cone, this green one, is going to go in the air, and this one is going to go in a different direction. It's just going to go like pop, and this one's still going up because of the remnants of whatever engine thrust it had. So while this one's going this way, this one's going to go this way. So this shock cord takes a lot of stress in midair. That's why it's called a shock cord. It's an elastic fabric like that, and it's supposed to not break. So when it pops out, it stretches out, and kind of like a rubber band, it goes back, and then it begins its descent down, because then the engine's out. There's no more thrust pulling it up. And here is my parachute. This one is a blue and white one, and this one's just a pretty much standard parachute. It's looped to the bottom of this nose cone. So basically what that means is I have not glued or attached it in any way. I have simply just created like a mini knot that's very easy to remove. The reason for this is parachutes need to be easily removable, or else say if it burns or it breaks or I need to switch out a parachute, I can do that really quickly. So let's talk a little bit more about this parachute. So it's cut open at the top, which means there's less fabric for the air to go against. So let's do a little simulation. So let's say this parachute opens up and it's going, right? It's going down. So as you can see, it's opening up. And it'll open up a lot more when it's actually in the air, dropping at the speed of gravity. And as it's going, this massive hole in the middle just lets air straight through. So that air is not gonna push against this, causing this to go slower. So if this hole is filled up, this would come down way slowly, like too slow. It'll take years for me, not years, but like a couple more minutes for it to slow down. So what we want to do, that's why the hole is there, so it takes a little bit less time for the rocket to touch down while maintaining a safe speed. So that's what the parachute does. And then from here we move on to the bottom. This is just like a custom decal, it's cosmetic, it doesn't do anything. And these are the fins, which are very unique. So here are 3 fins, and it's arranged using a circle pattern. Basically, the fins are not directly attached to the body tube, but instead they're attached to the circle, which is attached to the body tube. So it's like more of a 2-part thing. So these fins provide stability, and it makes the rocket not go any random directions. It makes it go hopefully straight up. And then finally, we have this engine hook. So right here, as you can see, there's a little metal hook. That's where we put the engine. That metal hook prevents the engine from falling out, because it would not be good if the engine fell out while it was burning, and then the engine would go one way, and this would just start falling because there's no more engine. And then we have to put some insulation right over here. So when the ejection charge blows, it blows and burns all of that insulation and provides just a little bit of force to push the nose cone out. Because if the insulation wasn't there, the ejection charge would burn the parachute because of how strong it is. So the insulation basically takes away all the fire and the heat, and it stops that, leaving it just with just the right amount of force to just push this out without burning it. And that's basically it for this Martial LongShip. It's a pretty cool rocket. Took me some time to spray paint it, but hopefully it flies well. Thanks.